scams. You see those scams that are spreading. I've had one called Heart 8 and the others. The reason it's not to just steal your money. It is to make you afraid of investing. It's not just to take your money. It's more than that. Okay? Don't think they are after your money. No. It's not your money they are after. Yeah. What they are doing, this is something with a long plan. They are not just after your money. So when they come and they say, invest this money and you're going to get that. Okay? So you invest your money and it doesn't happen. What happens next? When they tell you that invest in the Uganda Security Exchange, your mindset will be already distorted. Okay? You will not do it. So they are killing that. When they tell you, you need to buy some shares. Shares are so important. You will say, no, I've heard about Superlife. They told us to buy shares and our money disappeared. So that's what they are planting in you. So guys, be above it all. Okay? Lose the money, but don't lose the vision. Lose the money and keep the vision burning. What they are imitating right now, those scammers, what they are using to scam you, that's where the path is for Africa's development. Okay? It is in working together. Yeah, this idea of everyone doing their own thing has kept us ineffective. Okay? When you look at many of the things that are big, there are many people behind them. Look at Google. Do you know how many people contributed their money to make Google what it is? So many. Look at NVIDIA. Do you know how many people contributed money to make NVIDIA what it is? Look at Tesla. Look at Facebook. Look at companies like Microsoft. Look at Apple. In the beginning, when Apple was launched, I think when it went public in the 80s, each share was at around $22. And at that time, when the share of Apple was at $22, the Nigerian naira was higher than the dollar. So it means that each Apple share, if somebody wanted to buy it from Nigeria, they would pay like 20 nairas. Now, let me show you. Let me show you that we are poor because we failed to use the opportunities that were before us. Okay? What does that mean? It meant that if a millionaire at that time in Nigeria had bought shares in Apple, let's talk about Abiola because he was rich. Remember that rich guy called Abiola, Chief Abiola? He was a billionaire. So if Chief Abiola had bought shares in Apple when it went public of 1 billion naira, because he could. He could. If Chief Abiola, when Apple went public, had bought shares of 1 billion naira, let me look at the price of that Apple share today. Okay? And then I'm going to tell you how rich that 1 billion naira would have been. Okay? So let me first ask Google, what is the current price of Apple shares? Apple shares, okay, right now. Back then, each share was $22. Because the naira was more valuable than the dollar back then it means each Apple share was around 20 naira. Okay? Now, right now, the price of each Apple share is $305. Okay, so we get 300, right? We get 305 and we divide it by 22. Okay, it means that the share has increased 13 times. This is not percent. This is 13 times. When we go into percentage, it would be 1,386% if we are to go into percentage. That's what it means. Okay. Yeah. So if we multiply this by 1 billion, yeah, Naira, I'm talking about Naira, not dollars. That investment alone minus the dividends, just the value, saying that, okay, I got my 1 billion Naira and I bought Apple shares. Okay, so my 1 billion Naira is there in shares, but I've been getting dividends. But my shares are still there. So the value of the shares, those shares of 1 billion Naira would be $13.86 billion, not Nairas. Let's put it back in dollars. Okay, so let me convert the dollar to the Naira. Convert USD to Nairas. Okay, I'm converting USD to Nairas. Okay, so 13, what am I converting now? I'm converting USD to Naira. And so I say, so $1 is 1,359 Nairas. Right now, $1 is 1,359 Nairas. Okay, so we multiply these 13, what's this? We multiply this. Do we multiply or we do what? We multiply. Yeah, we multiply it to convert it into Nairas. So we multiply it by 13. It is 13 what? 1359. Okay, 1359. Okay, so it means that 1, 2, 3. Yeah, what? This is too much. It would have been 18.84 trillion Naira. 18.84 trillion Naira. Is that it? No, this is 1 million. This is 1 billion. No, it's more than that, you guys. Yeah, it's 18.84. Okay, this is 1 trillion. It would have been, wait a minute. Guys, it would have been a lot of money. It's 18. After 1 trillion, what happens? From 1 trillion, where do you go? Okay, now, where you go after 1 trillion. Is it quadron? Yeah, it would have been 18 quadron, 840 trillion, 681. No, it would have been 18 trillion, 840 billion, 681 million. Not quadron, yeah, that's it. That's what it could have been. Okay, 18 trillion, 840 billion Naira. Just the investment of 1 billion. Now, what happened to the person that kept their 1 billion Naira? Let me show you what happened to the person that kept that money somewhere safe in a bank. Okay, So the person that kept 1 billion naira in the 80s until today, that 1 billion became 735,835 naira. No, is it naira or dollars? Wait. No, dollars. A person who kept that money, okay, maybe in a Swiss bank, the guy had his naira and kept it in the Swiss bank. Today, that money would have been 735,835 US dollars. The one that invested it in Apple shares today would have over 13 billion US dollars. That is the person that invested the 1 billion naira into Apple shares. That guy would have over 13 billion dollars. But the guy who kept it maybe somewhere for all this period of time, now that money today, it would be less than even $1 million. Okay, so the science of making money is in shares. So when you see many of these scams coming up, they do not just come to take your money. They come to block your intelligence, I think. Your sight. They come to blind you towards what is making the people who run this world rich. It is something called the share. There are many opportunities that have risen up in Africa, but the beneficiaries are not Africans. Let's talk about M-Pesa, which came up in 2007. If you go and look at the structure of the M-Pesa, who invested in M-Pesa? They are companies from Europe and other countries, not Africans. Okay? We have Safe Border in Uganda. The people that invested in Safe Border, we are not the rich guys in Uganda. It was some people from outside countries. So we are still too blind. We are extremely blind to the opportunities that make the rich very rich. Yeah, so that's what our problem is. So when you see these scams, and that's what they are trying to attack. You know what happened with Bitcoin? Yeah, Bitcoin, by July 14th, $6 would buy you 100 Bitcoins in 2010. By July 14th, 2011. Is it 2010? No, 2010. I think 2010. No, 2011. 2010. By July 11th, 2010, if you had $6, you would buy 100 Bitcoins. Now, some of you know what Bitcoin is. Others, you don't even want to know. Why? Because at one time, something came called OneCoin. And that OneCoin, they gave you a concept which looks exactly like Bitcoins. And then they scammed you. So ever since, you don't want to hear anything to deal with coin. Okay? So you ignored like over, it could have been something like 13 years or 12 years. So you closed up for 12 years or maybe 9 years or whatever. You closed up. And now, because you're hearing the boom that Bitcoin went and reached 120,000, and the price of one Bitcoin was more than the price of a kilo of gold. So when you heard that, now you went back to Bitcoin. Okay? after missing the rise. So you go back when it is at the top. And as we are talking right now, you are in tears. Why? Because it dropped and you had to get out with a loss. So why all this? Now, these scams come to create such occurrences. So whenever you're scammed, don't lose the vision. Okay? Yeah, have the right attitude. Me, this is what I get whenever I'm scammed, because I have been scammed several times. I know that the reason why that person was able to scam me, maybe the guy had a brilliant idea. That's why even I lost my money. So I look at that idea and then I say, now, what in this idea was not done right? Okay. And then I start diverting. And then I get the idea and then I start building it in a more rigid way. That's number one. Number two, I say, okay, this person must have taken this idea from somewhere. Where did they take it? Those days when I was looking for apps that pay money, okay, I got so many fake apps. Get the apps I try to do, it doesn't work. But I say, no, there must be some apps which pay money. I started seeking. And then that's when I landed on apps like Grab Points. That's when I landed on apps like Zoombucks. That's when I landed on apps like, which one? There's some. So for me to find the legit one, I went through a series of many fake apps. So nowadays I don't go into those apps because I consider the time that I put in. But back then, all I wanted was to make some money online. Then I learned another app called Just Play. Okay. So guys, whenever you're scammed, get the right attitude. Number one, never accept money that you don't know where it's coming from. If somebody comes to you and they say, if you give us this money, this is how much you're going to get, ask, where is that money that I'm receiving going to come from? And if it is shady, if the money that is where the money is coming from, you cannot freely, talk about it to anyone, it means you are in trouble. So don't invest your money there. Okay? Make sure that where the money is coming from, you are providing some service to that person, and that person is going to be satisfied with the services you're providing them, and they are going to pay you, like what CashChat is right now. If you come to CashChat, yes, the money that we are paying you is a lot. And some people see it as a scam because the money is a lot. The reason why we are paying you 50,000 Ugandan shillings for just getting a person subscribed on our platform, it is because we need these people on the platform first. We need them because the server costs, the people who are advertising, they must reach out to people. The platform needs people so that the adverts can be served and the people can maybe, they can get the impressions first. So because we need these people first, we decided that right now, let's allocate all our resources into acquiring users. Okay? So it means if you can get us 1,000 people, maybe you're a social media influencer, you have a platform where people gather and then you talk to people. If you can get 1,000 subscribers on your platform, yes, you are going to get the 50 million Ugandan shillings. It's a lot, but it's for the service that you're providing. You need to put in some effort in giving these people clear instructions how they have to register. And then give them clear instructions how they make their accounts active. And when they do all that, you've done your job. So you are not being paid because some rich guy just want to split to slash out money. No, you're being paid because there is a service that you're providing. People, come and do this task. Come and take this application to marketplaces. Take it to those people who are seeking for job. Take it to institutions. Take it everywhere. Take it online. Take it to other countries. Take it everywhere. And you will get paid. Even if you refer people outside Uganda and Kenya, at least there's a commission of $10. Maybe you have an Indian community that you're a member of. Just drop this into that community. If you get maybe 20,000 subscribers, that will be 200,000 US dollars. And that is a lot of money. And in the tech space, it is normal. In the production world, it is hard. You see why in the tech space we already have trillionaires in dollars? Because things are different here. They are not as where you are. So don't try to combine these two worlds. They are totally different. You're limited by quantity. In the production world where you are, you go, you do this, you manufacture cement, and people sell cement. It means if somebody comes and said, I want 1 million bags of cement right now, you will tell them, give us time to manufacture the cement. So the production world has limitation. Now, here in the digital space, right now as I'm speaking to you, if Google takes out all the limitations they have put on my account, and I get 1 million people to watch this video, and from those 1 million people, if half a million decide we want to subscribe today, they will all subscribe because the tech space is scalable. You understand the difference? Yeah. So that's why here we have people over 1 trillion because there is scalability here. Okay. So the reason why these people have to limit us, they have to impose fake strikes. I have a strike on my account. I showed it to you one time. I think it is even posted in my community. They said that they related my site to a terrorist group. That's the strike on this account. I'm talking on this YouTube account. Yeah, there is a strike, and they said this is a terrorist organization. Is it a terrorist organization? Something like that. It is in my community. If you go to my